we were talking about the Charleston kitchens, the Caribbean kitchens. So I left Charleston in 2004. I worked in all kind of high-end kitchens, right? I started off as a busboy, food runner. I worked my way up through the ranks, fry, cook, saute, working grill, working in these really great kitchens. I left Charleston in 2004. I moved to the Virgin Islands. I had a connect there. That was like family to me. I moved down there. Ended up going down there. Was the worst person I ever met in my life. I was in St. Thomas with nobody, by myself, 2 months in the streets. Found my way through, got with good people. 4 years later, I was back home, successful. Went back to work for people in Charleston. And I had, and listen, there's nothing wrong with working for people. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, if you got a passion to do your own thing, learn from them, ask questions. That's what I did. That's like, if I'm gonna be working for you, I'm gonna ask questions. I'm gonna be like begging them, how you do this, how you do that. Don't be scared to ask questions. Because when I came back to Charleston, I was working for people. And then I was like, no, I'm tired of it. So I went from the Charleston kitchens to the Caribbean kitchens to my kitchen. Now I do my own thing. And that's always how it's gonna be for me now. I can't go back. But everybody has a different role in life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a different role. And don't be afraid of what somebody else got to say to you. If you're doing bad, they're gonna talk about you. If you got all the money in the world, they're gonna talk about you. It don't even matter, yo. People gonna say something about you no matter what. That's life. Don't study them, do you. Don't worry about what the crowd doing. Don't worry about what everybody else got to say. I'm boy on the block, they gonna talk no matter what. That's just how we roll, Don't study that. Do you, don't be ashamed about what you're trying to do, because ain't nobody else walking in your shoes. Nobody else walking in your shoes. Like I said, they're gonna talk regardless. I still get shitted on. Whatever. I'm putting money in my pocket. You ain't doing that for me. And the right people gonna come around y'all. TV, I was in New York Times, all that stuff don't matter. This is what matters to me. I done been on Food Network, I done been on Guys Grocery Games. It was fun. I know y'all watch Food Network. I've been on Guys Grocery Games. And I was on the Anthony Bourdain show. I've been on a couple other shows. That don't mean nothing. Because guess what? Ain't nobody after them shows say, hey, here's a couple grand, let me do something for you. It was like, oh, you on the show, cool. Y'all realize this right here? It's still a handicap. But it's not a handicap for us, because it's a power thing, because this is powerful. What we have is powerful. And that's why they feel out of it. That's why ain't nobody giving me nothing. So I'm just taking it. You gotta take it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, go hard. Go hard. It's frustrating some days, yo. I'm not always every morning waking up, I ain't always happy. I'm happy to be alive. But that's the human existence. You can't have happiness without sadness, and vice versa. You gonna go through it. But remember this, when you wake up every day and you walking, you breathing, you got life. No matter how frustrating it can get, you gotta continue to push, continue to strive. I'm not where I wanna be yet. Still looking to get into a building, still looking to, I'm still hustling out here. Catering life is like, I'm hustling. So when I get back home, I got clients to get to. It's a hustle. But I love it. And if you love something, you will succeed. You have to understand that it's in every one of y'all in here. I mean, I've been around y'all. Y'all make me laugh. When I see some of y'all having a bad day, I want to give you, what's up, you good? Because I'm here to support, man. We here for each other. At the end of the day, we all we got. We all we got. And people are here for y'all. If they see that you really want it, somebody gonna be there for you. And it's gonna be somebody you don't even expect. If you rocking hard, they gonna rock with you. Believe that. Do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on your passions. Do not give up on life. Push. It ain't easy out here. Like when we say out here, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. Believe me, I'm a testament to it. I'm a testament to it. I thought I was going, like I said, got these 2 big gigs. I was like, oh, I'm gonna quit my little part-time job, my little safe haven. Couldn't pay rent. It was like one of the coldest winters back down south. We don't deal with the cold like that. I had my landlord ain't fixed my AC, and I had no heat. I couldn't pay no rent. Late on rent every month. She put me out. I was like, damn, right then I could have been like, man, I'm going back to work for these people. Nah, and then somebody was there for me. Somebody's always gonna be there for y'all if y'all have that good energy. I believe in energy, good vibes. Listen, every one of y'all in here have something special. Every one of y'all. Y'all don't hear that every day, right? But every one of y'all here have something special about y'all. There's something beautiful. And some of y'all may have not even found out what that is yet, but it's in y'all. It's there. Follow your dreams, follow your goals. You know, if you got kids, you got responsibilities, you might not be able to do your own thing, you gotta work for somebody, but take ownership. You know what I'm saying? Take ownership, because guess what? You could be running a whole corporate entity. You could be running a corporate catering company. You could be running several farms. You could be doing all this stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's not an entrepreneur. Everybody can't be on their own because of situations. But it's in every one of y'all to be successful. Every one of y'all here. Everybody has something special about them. I keep saying that, right? Because I believe that. It's a beautiful thing. Every one of y'all in here. Anybody got any questions? Anything you want to say? Yes, in the back.
Okay. I realize that coming into this world, a lot of different chefs, peers of mine around who have been experiencing discouragement from the person that they look up to. Sometimes it would be family, sometimes it would be friends, or sometimes it would be a mentor. In your professional opinion, have you ever experienced someone that you honestly looked up to that discouraged you or hurt you to the point where it kind of tainted your passion? What did you do to overcome it? And what advice can you give to us in the future if this was to happen, what you need to do?
Well, if that person, somebody discouraged you, somebody else is going to be there that believes in you. You know, sometimes people you look up to. For example, I won't say my father was discouraged with me. He was like, "You cooking? Like you cooking? Like what is that?" You know, when I flunked out of college, right? And I had to be back in my parents' house. I started cooking. My daddy was like, "What you doing? You cooking?" I won't say he believed in his son, but he could not stand what I was doing. But guess what? I'm gonna do me, because this is what I want to do. So now he's like, wow, he's proud. Because he saw how much I continued to push and said I wasn't gonna settle. I wasn't just gonna be sitting there and just be a regular, just cooking. You know, I wanted to work my way up. And I think a lot of times we settle, we get complacent. I wasn't complacent. So now my father's my biggest fan. You're gonna get discouraged. You know, there's going to be people who tell you, oh, why are you doing that? People who you love. You can't do that. Well, because they can't do it, don't mean you can't do it. You do you, right? No matter what, do you. It don't matter what they say, do you. Other than that, like I've worked with chefs. I've worked with chefs who have pushed me, and I've worked with chefs who were just straight up assholes. Like, dude, you need to get a life. You know, just like ridiculous. But you know what? You navigate through that. You know, you don't let nobody belittle you or treat you some type of way. You know, some chefs are just like, I mean, y'all work with chefs. Some chefs is like, blah, 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 blah. You know what? Let that. Okay, that's a moment in time. Don't get caught up in moments in time. Don't let a moment in time discourage your day, discourage your week, discourage your month. Because people always going to try to, quote unquote, shit on you, right? The everyday thing? Well, if something's an everyday thing and the environment ain't right, I advise you to move on, you know? But at the same time, if it's something that you have to fight through, you fight through it, because it's still a moment in time. Because how long a day in that day you with that person? They ain't sleeping in the bed with you, right? They wake up with you the next morning? Nah. Sometimes you had to have in your mind like, you know what, that person got issues, and I feel for whoever sleep with them at night. You know what I'm saying? So you just let that go. It's almost like you have to have that mental fortitude to be like, you know what, whatever. That's just who the person is. They miserable, they miserable. No, as long as it's not physically disrespecting you. You know, I know mental abuse can be hard. But sometimes you have to say, you know what, that person has issues. Let me keep doing me and doing my job right and fight through. That's the hard part. I think sometimes mental abuse is harder, is I won't say worse than physical abuse, but almost just as bad. But sometimes you have to fight through. I had chefs who, listen, I had a chef who had an alcohol problem. I remember one time I came to work. I don't know if you had the same thing, like we gave you a 15-minute grace period to be at work on time. I was at that 15-minute grace period, I walked in the kitchen. This dude started cussing, you're late, blah, blah, blah. Put the knife out, what the hell? I was looking at this dude, and this is before service. It was like, you know what? People like that ain't gonna last anyway, because guess what? 3 months later, he was gone. His energy was like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So you just had to fight through it. Some people it's like that. You know, some people like that. And you have to be strong here. I think that's 75% of this is mental. The other 25% is just cooking. That's the easy part. The cooking is the easy part. The mental part is the hard part. Sometimes a chef's trying to break you down to make you better. You could be cooking and the chef like, so what's that? Where does this vegetable come from? What farm does this come from? What kind of oil you using? While you in the middle of a busy push, because they want to build you to be stronger. You may think, man, why are you bothering me? But sometimes you have to have this mental. 75% of it is mental. 75%. Any other questions? And then we done. So the thing is, we done had our Q&A with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like.
CJ, I want you to talk a little bit about living in the Caribbean and how that influenced.
So, you know, being from home, right, being back in Charleston, right, like, Charleston is different than the rest of South Carolina. It's very different. The culture is different. The way we speak, the food we eat is different than other parts of the state. You know, growing up, we didn't really realize what we were. In a sense, like, I knew it. And for us, it was more like a thing, like, oh, like my homeboys went to like, who go out of town, go out of state. They would be out and they'd be like, man, everybody loved the way we talk, you know, da-da-da-da. They call us Jafakins and all this stuff. And da-da-da, and boy, them. I live in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. Oh, VI, UVI, VI, all right. So put it this way, when I went to the West Indies, when I went to the Virgin Islands, that's when it hit me, like, whoa. Because I would be talking like, you know, we'd be out, you know, partying and have a few drinks, and when I get animated, it really comes out, right? And my partner was like, they were in front, she's like, dang, where he from, Down Island? He from St. Lucia? He from Barbados? And I was like, nah, from Charleston. I didn't think nobody knew about it. And I was surprised at the amount of Haitians and Jamaicans and people, because St. Thomas is full of influx of people from other islands. And they would talk to me about my culture. Back home, we didn't really talk about our culture. It was something that was almost like, for the older generation, it was almost like a thing of disgrace. Like I said, if you called somebody Geechee back in the day, it was a fight. I went to St. Thomas, how much they embraced in the West Indies, how much, you know, you embrace your culture. You know, here in America, they try to make us so Americanized. You have to speak proper and da-da-da and da-da-da to make it. I'm in the West Indies looking at TV and TV shows say Indie River.
Right.
Spelled Indie River on TV. You ain't gonna see that really here too much.